The main job of today is to sample these fish. So just to see how they're going. So we sample them every 3 weeks. This is the second, well, the first weigh in was when we put them in, then second 3 weeks after. Now it's been 6 weeks since they've been in here. So we need to weigh them so we can see how they're doing. What do I hope for? I guess just that the ones that fed BSF are doing as well, if not better, than the ones just fed on just pellets. Photo shoot going on here. There we go, taking the first one out. Take out the whole thing. And we try to do it as quickly as we can. So we're not trying to stress them. Of course, you wouldn't do this if you're farming. You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't measure them every 3 weeks. But I mean, the ideal thing for a trial would be to do it every day. But of course, you don't want to do that because you cause stress to the fish. So it's a bit of a balance between what's practical, because fish need to be free to not be stressed, to eat properly, and a mixture of what the trial needs, which is it needs to see what happens with the weight. You see the nets. Check for mortality, things like that. A little one there. So, we stick them in, and we count them. So we'll just do a sample of all of them. These are the ones that have been fed 66% commercial feed and 33% black soldier fly, or a third actually, a third and 2/3, right? So I'm hoping we can do better than this. I'm hoping that what we'll do is feed a third, like 2/3 BSF, a third commercial feed when it comes to production, because that would be, I mean, the more BSF you can get them to eat and grow, better. But we'll have a look to see what we need. And then the other issue, I think, in terms of our costs is, of course, when they're little, they're not really going to take the BSF unless you ground it up, which is a whole other thing. So we'll give them powder, which is even more expensive than the pellets. But it's like, when can we wean them from powder to maggots effectively? So, yeah, they look. They're getting there. I think I forget the average for this particular group, but we were hitting, I think it was, I want to say 45 grams as an average for the ponds that were fed. The ones that haven't been fed anything, fortunately, shrunk, which is understandable. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see when we get them all in here, and then we need to count the head count, see how many we've got left in the kappa, see if there's any mortalities. But it's good. Here's the new seller. It's the first day, and she's already helping us. So the way we pay them is like a PEM. I guess I consider them subcontractors, but still employment, and hopefully we'll increase the amount of times that we're selling through them. We want to start linking up even more farmers and sort of just create this sort of great network of salespeople. So you can immediately see that these ones are smaller, but these are the ones that aren't being fed, so I'd expect that. So last time I think they were about 30 grams, they shrunk by 10 grams over 3 weeks. So now the water's a bit greener. They would have been eating some of this, they would have adjusted, so we'll see what the growth is for these guys. Those ones at the end, I should say, that works out at the average, I think, was 60 grams, which is about correct. I think if they'd grown 10% per week, which we are sort of roughly calculating at that rate, then they would have been 66 grams, I think. So 60 grams isn't bad. Those are the ones that are getting 33% black soldier fly. So it's very interesting. I think the first sample that it did was great. It didn't show much difference at all between the ones that were being fed But this you start to see patterns hopefully coming. I mean, we're wired as human beings to like patterns, and sometimes you read into it too much because the data's too little, that's not the right word, but there's not enough data to come up with a pattern yet. And I think that's probably where we're at, to be honest, but I'm still going to read into it early on and then just wait until the data comes out and then do it that way. I know the other significant difference was we actually, I think last time they did this, there was less staff doing this, and so the issue we got, some fish escapes. There we go. Puts over the top to stop them jumping. So I think what happened was there's counted 96 last time I sampled, there's 99 this time, so it's 3. So that has an impact because it affects the trial a bit. Make sure we get all of them. I think Sam's less stressed this week, so hopefully we'll avoid that. Anyway, let me stop talking. Notice I'm not doing much, just got too much time in videoing. Normally our content for this type of stuff, video content, has been less because I'm normally the one doing a bunch of this stuff. I'm using the water or I'm sampling it, recording it, but because we've got more staff now, I just don't need to. And it's good, I think, just for me to be here, just to see how we're getting on. But most of my work now is less hands-on, which is sad in some ways, but also good because I think we talked about it before, I'm not the one to make the difference. I'm empowering, hopefully, people to make change. I'm not the one that should be doing it, I'm just sparking it, that's how I see my role. So, I'm still sad because I'd quite like to, a nice time when I don't have to worry, I just get on with a particular task I've got in front of me. This bird could be the issue. It's the hammerkop. Predates the fish, but I haven't seen it do that much here. It just sort of hangs around. Last week I think I saw kingfisher dive in as I was touring with the Mzungus. I saw a kingfisher dive into this pond. We don't have anything in this pond, so I'm not sure what it's going after, but that's the only time I've seen any bird come near the ponds in all the years I've been here. So I don't really want to blame the bird, but I'm sure that's probably what will get blamed. I'm going to try and walk over to it, see if I can. I'm sure it will go away as I get nearer, but quite an interesting bird called a hammerkop. I think it's because the head, where it sits, you see it's moving now, but see the head looks a bit hammer-like. You can sort of see it. See how close we can get. I mean, I should be scaring it away anyway. See, like, there we go. Off it goes. And you can see this. This hasn't been planted yet, I'm not sure why. And you can sort of see the cows been making their merry way along here. This isn't particularly good grazing or anything for them, so I'm not quite sure what they're after. I think the herdsman just likes to put them here, and they've stopped the grass. Sorry, I'm still zoomed in. Stop the grass here, so we need to. But you can see it's starting to flower, which is good. So that will eventually spread, and there is some stuff that's come up, but it's better to plant it because it just gives it a helping hand. And it is growing better than, because we're in the dry season, but because it's been raining at least maybe once, twice a week currently, which it shouldn't, then it's good for the grass anyway. They're all ready to go. You can see in the box, there's the last 6 that are going on, and then we wish our friend all the best as she goes selling, so she'll take this and just walk around. I think she might have a stall, and then look to get some income for that. But it's great because the prices affordable. These are slightly bigger than we might sell them, but the price is a little bit higher, so 2,000 shillings, not 1,000. But yeah, it's good, great to have another person doing this. We're very pleased about that.